waiting for the CHED Center of Excellence application of our department. And also last week, we've prepared naman for the Engineering Congress. Okay. So, by today, uh, we will discuss our midterm exam, and then the following meetings we will have new topics. Okay. So I will just share my screen. So today, this week is week 12 already. So napakabilis ano po ng ating first sem. Then I think I'm not yet sure if by week 16 we'll have our final exam already or by week 17. But as per our experience last time, we have 2 weeks for the major exam, di ba? So, 2 linggo po ang midterm exam last time. Ano po, kaya possible 2 linggo din yung ating final exam. Okay, so meaning if this week is week 12, we have week 12, 13, 14, 15, we have 4 weeks na lang. We have 4 weeks left to discuss the remaining topics. Okay? And then, ang ma'am pa naman ay naku po, bakit gabising-busy ang ma'am? Ang ma'am pa naman ay by last week of November will be attending the quiz show at SMX. So, mawawala din ang ma'am. Monday, Wednesday yon wala ako. Buti na lang hindi natuloy yung STEMathon kasi pupunta din sana ako ng Quezon. So, isang araw din yon kung sakali mawawala ang ma'am. Buti na lang hindi siya natuloy. So, we'll try to discuss the remaining topics. Ano po? But, syempre, kasabay pa rin naman tayo ng ibang section. Ano po? So, kung hanggang saan din yung madidiscuss nila, edi ganun din po yung i-discuss natin. Okay? Okay. So, let's discuss our midterm exam. So we have 2 sections. Ano po, we have the multiple choice and the problem solving. So for the multiple choice, question number 1, it is said that if a number of resistors are connected in parallel, then the reciprocal of total resistance is equal to, so the answer po is, so how can I? Okay po, so wait lang. Why is this like this? Hmm. Naku, bakit nag-a-out? Wait lang po ha. Okay. So if a number of resistors are connected in parallel, then the reciprocal of the total resistance is equal to, the answer po here is sum of the reciprocal of individual resistances. Next, three 60 watts bulbs are in parallel across the 60 volt power line. If one bulb burns open, blank. So what will happen? The answer is the other two bulbs will light. Okay. Two resistances, R1 and R2, are connected in series across the voltage source where R sub 1 is greater than R sub 2. So the larger voltage drop will be across black. So who will have the larger voltage drop among the two resistance? So the answer po is letter A. According to Kirchhoff's voltage law, algebraic sum of all voltages around a closed path is equal to 0. So letter C. In any network of wires carrying current, the algebraic sum of all currents at a point is equal to, so that is letter B. So that is case. Specific resistance of a material is, so that is rho, the resistivity. So the answer there is letter C. So that is inversely proportional to the area and directly proportional to the length. Next, number 7, the substances which have a large number of free electrons and offer low resistance are, therefore that's conductor. A glass rod, when rubbed with silk cloth, is charged because it gives away electrons. Next po, when one leg of parallel circuit is opened out, the total current will decrease. So the total current will decrease because one leg is open. Next, copper wire of certain length and resistance is drawn. The 3 times its length without change in volume, the new resistance of wire becomes, it is 9 times. In a series circuit with an equal resistance, blank. So the answer here is the highest resistance has the highest voltage drop. So yung hint dun kay question number 2 yung pwede nyo gamitin dyan. Ano po? Since R sub 1 is greater than R sub 2, mas mataas yung resistance niya compared to R2. Therefore, mas mataas yung voltage drop niya compared to R sub 2. So the largest resistance or the highest resistance has the highest voltage drop. If a parallel circuit is opened in the main line, the current blank. So the answer here is 0 in all branches because the main line is open. A field of force can exist only between, the answer is, two ions. Two copper conductors have equal length. The cross-sectional area of one conductor is 4 times that of the other. If the conductor having smaller cross-sectional area has a resistance of 4 ohms, the resistance of the other conductor will be, so the answer here is 10 ohms. So it is just deriving the formula. So this is not drawing process because there's no word drawn here. Unlike the other one. Ano po? Which of the following statement is correct? So the answer here is letter C, because semiconductor is a material whose conductivity is same as between conductor and insulator. Next, an open resistor when checked with an ohmmeter reads an open resistor. So infinite. or infinity. Next, the length and radius of aluminum wire is quadrupled. By which factor does the resistance change? So the answer here is a copper wire has a length L and a cross-sectional area A. What happens to the resistivity of the wire if the length is doubled and cross-sectional area half? So the answer here is just the same. Next, a lamp L1, a voltmeter V, an ammeter A, and a battery with zero internal resistance are connected as shown below. Connecting another lamp L2 in series with the first lamp as shown by the dashed line would blank. So the answer here is letter C. It decreased the ammeter reading. And then lastly, for our multiple choice, the four resistors shown below have the lengths and cross-sectional areas indicated and are made of material with the same resistivity, which has the smallest resistance. So the answer here is letter B. Okay. So let's proceed to the problem solving. So we have three problems. Okay. The first one is to find the Req. That's the total resistance, the equivalent resistance, and then the IO. IO, as you can see in the figure, that is just the total current because it came from the source, which is 35 volts. Okay. So we have here our nodes for you to see the connection of our resistors. Okay. So here, by inspection, okay, so by inspection, our 12 and 6, they are in parallel as well as 20 and 80. So they are in parallel. So determine their equivalent resistance. Let's say that's R sub 1, which is 12 parallel with 6. We have 12 multiplied by 6, dividing that by 12 plus 6. So we have 72 dividing that by 18, we have 4. R sub 2, which is equal to 20 parallel with 80. So we have 20 times 80, dividing that by 20 plus 80. So we have 160 over 100, so that's 16 ohms. Now, so we have here our 2.5 ohm, okay? And then we have here our 15 ohms, okay? Then we have here, okay? So we have here our, so I will present it this way. So R sub 1, R sub 2, and then, okay, so that's 60 ohms. So as you can see here, R1 and R2, they are in series. So that we have R sub 3 equal to 4 plus 16, that's 20. So meaning uh, this will become this one. Ano po? So this is our R sub 3. So meaning the 20 ohm yan. Meaning the 20 ohm resistor is in parallel with 60 ohms. Therefore, we have R sub 4 equal to 20 parallel with 60 equal to 20 over 60. 20 multiplied by 60 and then over 20 plus 60. So we have 120. Ah, sorry. That's 1,200. Sorry. So that's 1,200 dividing that by 80. So that's 15 ohms. Therefore, we will do red row. This is our 2.5. This is 15. And then another 15 here because this is our R sub 4. So as you can see, they are in parallel. So that R sub 5 is equal to 15 parallel with 15 equal to 15 times 15 dividing that by 15 plus 15. So we have 15 multiplied by 15 dividing that by 15 plus 15. So we have 7.5. Sorry. So that's 7.5 ohms. And then by redrawing, we have here 2.5 and then 7.5. So this is R5, this is 2.5, 2.5. Therefore, our REQ is equal to 2.5 plus 7.5. So that is 10 ohms. So again, by inspection, our I sub O is just I total. Therefore, to determine your I total, I sub O is equal to VT over RT equal to 35 over 10. Sorry. So that's 3.5 amperes. So this is our REQ and I sub O. So questions? I will just take a screenshot for the attendance. Are there questions? Okay. So if I'm not mistaken, Miss Pio got the same answer, got the correct answer as well as Darcy. So they got the correct answer. Next. So let's answer this second problem. Find I using mesh analysis. Okay. So this is our I. Okay. at mesh. So we have all the current, all the resistances where I sub 1 will flow through will have a negative sign, and then the neighboring current will give us a positive sign. Okay, so here we have mesh currents are always um, in clockwise rotation. So meaning it enters the negative terminal and positive terminal of the 6 volts. So we have positive 6, and then I sub 1 flows to the 2 resistors. So we have 2 I sub 1 negative, negative 10 I sub 1. But we have a neighboring mesh of I sub 2. Therefore, we have plus 2 I sub 2 equal to 0. So kindly check. We have positive 6, negative 2, negative 10, and then positive 2I2. So combine, we have 6, negative 12 I sub 1 plus 2 I sub 2 is equal to 0. So transpose 12 to the other side. So that will give us positive 12 I sub 1 equal to 6 plus 2 I sub 2. Then divide both sides by 12 so that we have I sub 1 equal to 1 half plus 1 over 6 of I sub 2. That's our first equation. Next po, at mesh I2, so we have here at 8 volts battery, we have it enters positive, leaves negative, so that's negative 8. We have negative 4 I2. We have negative 2 I2. We have negative 1 or just negative I2. We have a neighboring I sub 1 plus 2 I, I1 and the neighboring mesh I3. So plus I sub 3 equal to 0. So we have negative, 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 positive, positive. Okay. So we have 2. I'm so sorry. We have 2 where I sub 1 is 1 half plus 1 6 I sub 2. So combine all I sub 2, we have negative 4, negative 2, negative 6, minus 1, that's negative 7 I sub 2, and then plus I sub 3, and then minus 8 equal to 0. So 2 times 1, that's 2 over 2, so that is just 1. 2 times 1, that's 2 over 3, so that's 2 over 6 or 1/3. So kindly check po. Minus 7 I sub 2 plus I sub 3 minus 8 is equal to 0. Okay. So we have 1 minus 8, so that's negative 7. And then we have 1/3 minus 7, so that's negative 20 over 3. I sub 2. Okay. And then plus I sub 3 equal to 0. Transposing I sub 2, we have 20 over 3 I sub 2 equal to I sub 3 minus 7. And then multiplying both sides by 3 over 20. Therefore, we have I sub 2 equal to 3 over 20 I sub 3 minus 21 over 20. That's our second equation. Okay? Can you follow po? Can you follow? Nasusundan naman po. Okay po. Then next, mm, for mesh I3, So we have here negative positive. So positive 8, negative I sub 3. Positive negative is negative 6. And then 5, negative I3. We have a neighboring I2. So that's positive I2 equal to 0. Okay. So we have 8 minus 6, that's 2, plus I sub 2 is 3. I'm so sorry. We have 3 over 20. I sub 3 minus 21 over 20. And then we have negative 5 I sub 3 equal to 0. So this is positive. So positive positive is just positive. Positive negative is just negative. So it's okay not to use the parentheses. Okay. Then we can combine like terms. We have 2 minus 21 over 20. So that's 19 over 20. And then we have 3 over 20 minus 5. So that's negative 97 over 20 I sub 3 equal to 0. Okay. So transposing I3, we have 97 over 20 I sub 3 equal to 19 over 20. So multiplying both sides. So kindly please check. Kindly double check po the values. So we have 20 over 97. So that I sub 3 is equal to, so we have 19 over 20. So 20 will just be cancelled out. So it is just 19 over 97. And then by substituting our I3 in equation number 2, we have I sub 2 equal to 3 over 20 and then 19 over 97 minus 21 over 20. So I sub 2 is equal to 3 over 20 multiplied by the answer minus 21 over 20. So that's negative 99 over 97 amperes. And then by substituting, I will just write it here. So substitute I sub 2 in our first equation. So we have I sub 1, 1 half plus 1/6 of negative 99 over 97. So I sub 1 is equal to 1/6 times the answer. So we have 32 over 97 amperes. But it's okay if you will not to solve for your mesh I sub 1 because what we need lang naman is I2 and I3 for us to determine this I or current I because our by inspection current I is just equal to I sub 3 minus I sub 2. So technically, what we need lang naman is I3 and I2, where I sub 3 is 19 over 97 minus I sub 2 is negative I'm so sorry. So we have negative 99 over 97. So current I is equal to, so 19 over 97 minus, that's negative 99 over 97. So the answer is, so we have 1.216 amperes. So this is our problem number 2. Kindly double check nga po the values. Ah, here. Sorry. So that is why parang nagtataka ako, bakit parang iba yung sagot ko dun sa sagot ko last time. This one, so sorry everyone. So that is why I'm always saying check our values. This one, I didn't add this to, sorry. Hmm, what's that? That's 3. This one, this negative I 3, and then this one. So this should be negative 6. Okay. Ayan, kaya kanina pa parang napapaisip ako, parang iba yung sagot ko dun sa sagot ko last time. Ayan. So again, this is negative 6 because we have negative 1 and negative 5. So we have 2 minus 21 over 20. So that's correct. That's 19 over 20. And then 3 over 20 minus 6. So that's negative 117 over 20. I sub 3 equal to 0. Therefore, we have 117 over 20 I sub 3 equal to 19 over 20, multiplying both sides by 20 over 117. So this will just be cancelled out so that our I3 is 19 over 117. Ayan, so that's correct. Therefore, we will substitute it here. So we have 19 over 117. So we have 3 over 20, 19 over 117, and then minus 21 over 20. So we have negative 40 over 39. And then substituting it here for I sub 1, negative 40 over 39. So we have 1 half over 6, and then the answer. So we have 77 over 4. But then again, it's okay if hindi nyo nakunin si I sub 1 because hindi nyo naman siya kailangan. Kasi your I again by inspection negative 40 over 39. So our current I, 19 over 117 minus negative 40. So that is 139 over 117 or 1.188 amperes. Ayan. Kaya nagtataka ang ma'am, bakit parang iba ata? Okay. So this is our problem 2 using mesh. Okay. Ayan. So I'm not yet done checking the papers. Ano po, that's why hindi pa ako makapagbigay sa inyo ng midterm grade kasi nga po ang dami pang ginawa ng ma'am. Ano po. So probably by next week siguro I can give you your midterm grade. Okay? Okay? So we have time pa naman ata. Siguro kaya pa nating sagutan yung ating last problem. So this is the last problem. Ano po? So siguro kaya naman. Bakit may square? Bakit may box? So wait lang ha. Check ko. Baka may nawala sa ating given. 2 ohms. Okay naman. Ayan. So let's try to answer the last problem. So using nodal, we will to determine I sub O. So, ayan. We have here dependent current source, 2IO. So that's dependent current source, meaning it is dependent on our IO. But IO, yun naman yung hinahanap. Ano po? So binodal, so this is binodal, though there are some branch currents that are not given, ano po, the only branch current given is IO. So you can assume the current flow. Okay, so pwede naman kayo mag-assume ng current flow. So let us assume that we have here, sorry. So we have here our current, okay. And then, ayan. So let's say that's I sub 1. I will make that big na lang. I sub 2 and I sub 3. So we have here, sorry, medyo blurred. Lahat dito wala naman nakalagay. Bakit may nakalagay doon? So, let's say this is A, B, and C. Okay. And then again, we have here a ground. So, first at VA, we have I sub O leaving. We have I sub 1 entering as well as I sub 2 entering equal to 0. So, I sub O, that is V sub A minus 0, ground, okay, over 2. Again, that's negative. Plus I sub 1. So I sub 1 came from VC to VA, where by inspection, V sub C is 16 volts. Okay, positive. So we have 16 minus V sub A over 3. And then plus I sub 2 is from VB to VA. So V sub B minus V sub A over 1 equal to 0. So we have negative 1/2 V sub A, just canceled 0 over 2. So we have 16 over 3. Positive negative is negative 1/3 V sub A plus V sub B. Positive negative is negative V sub A equal to 0. So combined like terms, we have 16 over 3. And then we have negative 1/2, 1/3, and 1. So we have negative 11 over 6 V sub A plus V sub B is equal to 0. Then at VB, at note VB, we have 2 IO entering because the IO is upward. So going up. And then we have I3 entering and then I2 leaving equal to 0. 2 IO, we said a while ago that IO is equal to VA minus 0 over 2 or simply VA over 2. So meaning we have 2 and then VA over 2 plus I sub 3 is VC where VC is 16 minus VB over 2 and then minus I sub 2 is VB minus VA over 1. Kindly please check if this is correct. 2 IO is VA over 2. We have 16 minus VB over 2. And then we have VB minus VA over 1. Okay. And then this will just be cancelled out. Therefore, we have V sub A plus 8. 16 over 2 is 8. Positive negative is negative 1/2 VB minus VB. Negative negative is positive B sub A. Again, kindly check. So we have 2 VA plus VA. So that's 2 VA where VA is, oh, we didn't determine the equation of VA. Okay. Sige. Let's determine VA. Sorry. Yes, we skipped that part. Sorry. So 11 over 6 V sub A is equal to 16 over 3 plus VB. And then, yeah, that's correct. 6 over 11. So we have V sub A equal to, we have 16 over 3 multiplied by 6 over 11. So that's 32 over 11. Kindly please check. And then plus 6 over 11 V sub B. So this is our first equation. So meaning 2 VA, where VA is 32 over 11 plus 6 over 11 V sub B. And then we have negative 1/2 minus 1. So that's negative 3/2 VB plus 8 equal to 0. So just distribute 2. We have 2 times 32. So that's 64 over 11. 2 times 6, that's 12 over 11. V sub B minus 3/2 plus 8 equal to 0. So meaning, we will combine like terms. We have 64 over 11 and then plus 8. So that's 152 over 11. Okay. And then we have 12 over 11 minus 3 halves. So that's negative 9 over 22 V sub B equal to 0. Transposing VB, we have a positive VB equal to 152 over 11. And then multiplying both sides by 22 over 9. Therefore, we have V sub B equal to, again, kindly please check po the values. We have 304 over 9 volts. So that V sub A is equal to 32 over 11 plus 6 over 11. V sub B is 304 over 9. Therefore, V sub A is equal to 32 over 11 plus 6 over 11 multiplied by the answer. We have 64 over 3 volts. Okay. So that, therefore, I sub O is equal to VA over 2. We have 64 over 3 over 2. I sub O is equal to divide 2. So we have 32 over 3, which is equal to 10.667 amperes. So this is our answer. Okay. So that's the answer for problem number 3. Okay. So any questions pa, I will save this copy and then we will send this to you so that you will have a copy of our. Okay po.